Welcome to another production of ParkTV 16 Sports on location. Tonight we are at the Rec Center in St. Louis Park, Minnesota, bringing you non-conference boys hockey featuring the Eagles of Totino-Grace out of the Northwest Suburban Conference, taking on St. Louis Park Orioles out of the Metro West. After the holiday break, it's early January. Welcome to 2025 and welcome to ParkTV 16 Sports. My name is Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us, and I am especially excited to be here. I have not seen the boys St. Louis Park hockey team play for several years, and it is a privilege and an honor to be here as they take on the Totino-Grace Eagles, and they come in with a 6-4 record, 2-3 in their last 5. Meanwhile, St. Louis Park 8-6, first in their Metro West Conference. They're 3-2 in their last 5, and we're at center ice. St. Louis Park in white and orange, and Totino-Grace in dark blue, and we're underway. And the puck comes off their initial faceoff all the way back to Maxim, the goaltender, who comes in with a 3.46 goals against average, and that is played by the goaltender for Totino-Grace. That's Gavin Corrig with a 1.56 goals against average, and now Totino-Grace handles the puck in their own zone. That's Wyatt Gallagher as they try to clear the zone, but it's intercepted by number 10, Jack Betzer, and his shot goes wide back behind the net. Now trying to clear the Eagles of Totino-Grace. Getting there first is number 9, Roger Murad, and he gets it out to mid-ice as he tries to get it over to Nolan Mason, and now coming back for St. Louis Park quickly, and they'll change as the puck comes all the way back behind the net of Totino-Grace, picked up by number 16, Waylon Black. And now 11, that's Mason as he gets checked off the puck, and now St. Louis Park has it in their own zone. 18 minutes on the clock to start, and now here comes Park on the near wing, drop pass, misses the mark to number 22 for the Orioles. That was Ryan Moran, and now here comes Totino-Grace's number 21. That's Van Volker as he comes in, now gives up the puck, and the quick wrist shot disguised by Oliver Hay. And now the puck loose behind the Park net into the near corner as the Orioles try to clear. Kept in by number 16. That is Waylon Black for Totino-Grace. And now St. Louis Park takes it back on the other side and brings it into the Totino-Grace zone with number 22 chasing it, Ryan Moran. Now Grace takes it right back, and they come back and break it out into mid-ice. And it's taken right back by the Orioles. That's Brennan Hogan. So very neutral play, both teams, no shots on goal quite yet. Now coming all the way out, the goaltender, Maxim Chereventenko. And now we have a whistle, and we're gonna have a high stick call. And that stops the clock as we look at the replay as Maxim Chereventenko poke checks it away, and I'm not sure. They said it was a high stick, but they're not gonna put someone in the penalty box. I saw a high stick signal, but they may have waved that off. Meanwhile, face off back into the Park zone, controlled by St. Louis Park. Puck comes around, kept in along the sideboards. Now a nifty pass by number 10 for St. Louis Park, Betzer, right on the mark to number 8, Culp. As he comes right in on the Totino-Grace goaltender, who makes a great save, Gavin Corrig, as that is the best offense in this early first period. Here comes number 8 on the replay, Ollie Cup, pulls up the quick wrist shot, and Corvig gives up the rebound, but no one there for Park to take advantage. He smothers it, stops the clock with 14:52 remaining. Face off to Corvig's left, controlled by St. Louis Park. Quick wrist shot right across the crease into the corner, now along the near boards. And it gets cleared out. That could be an icing call, and it will be. And that stops the clock with 14:42 to go. Quick paced action here. 2 shots on goal for Park, none for the Eagles of Totino-Grace. We have an icing call, our first of the night. That will bring the puck all the way back down to the northern end of the Rec Center in St. Louis Park. Glad you're with us on ParkTV 16 Sports. We're streaming live on YouTube. Glad you're with us as Totino-Grace controls that face-off in their own zone. And it comes across, no offsides. Centering pass intended for number 9 for Totino-Grace as he gets skated out. That's Roger Murad. Now they keep it in. Now in the slot, the quick wrist shot. Maxim makes the save, gives up the rebound. Now the puck into the corner. Totino-Grace now starting to get some traction on the offensive end. And they take it right back again. That's number 11, who seems to have been everywhere, Nolan Mason, the 5'8" forward for Totino-Grace. And finally, St. Louis Park clears the puck. And there's almost a miscue. And that was the persistence of number 27 for St. Louis Park, Brennan Hogan. He's got 10 goals, 10 assists, and he almost got another one right there, as there was very near a dangerous miscue by Totino-Grace. Meanwhile, St. Louis Park controls it, and the slap shot, wrist shot, I should say, taken by number 4, Aiden Kasaka, the senior. And the save by Corrig, and he was a busy man. That was quite the sequence there, as he was a little outside. But meanwhile, here's that replay, and the wrist shot by Nolan Mason bounces right off Maxim. No one there for Totino-Grace to take advantage. Now the wrist shot taken again by number 4, Hayden Kasaka for St. Louis Park, and now it flips just over the side glass out of play, so that will draw the whistle and stop the clock, and a fan will not keep that as a souvenir. Graciously throws it back on the ice. We're not giving away pucks here at the St. Louis Park Totino-Grace, nor should they. All right, very gracious of the fan to give it right back. Okay, now play back underway, back into the park end. Good forecheck, and he's taken in, and he's gonna be called on that. I'm not sure what that should be. Looked like a good check to me, but St. Louis Park's gonna go on the power play. We'll have to analyze it with the replay, but there is gonna be, boy, I don't know, they call that boarding, and wait, they're gonna call that on Totino-Grace. 21, yes. Charging, I don't know, I'm trying to see. What would you think this is? He's right there next to the player, and he just takes him into, oh, maybe a little bit from behind. That was probably what it's gonna be. We'll listen to the official call.
Van Valker, 2 minutes for elbowing.
Elbowing is the call. Always discretionary. Meanwhile, St. Louis Park with a 2-minute advantage. First wrist shot, now in the slot, another shot, and that gets deflected out of play, and the face-off will be to the left of Corrig. Yeah, that penalty could have gone either way. Could have been a good no call as well. I thought he hit him with the shoulder. I didn't quite see the elbow there, but nevertheless, that's the call. Face off now in the Totino-Grace zone, controlled by St. Louis Park's number 27. Picks up the puck, Brennan Hogan. And they set up shop, 1.5 minutes to go in the player advantage. Now to the near side, number 10, Betzer. Betzer with it. Wrist shot from above the circle. Rebound in front, Corrig finally locates it with his glove and smothers it to stop the clock, and that will be the 6th shot on goal by St. Louis Park. And here, number 10, Betzer, plenty of room, quite a distance from the net, the melee in front, and Corrig, whose goals against average is 1.56, as that face-off gets whistled dead immediately, and they'll do it again. In to take the draw for St. Louis Park, number 22, that is Ryan Moore, and he's got 7 goals, 4 assists on the year. Park controls the face-off, 1:16 to go in the player advantage, no score here in the first. Now right in front, fanning on it, number 11, Troy Jansen. He's got 11 goals, he almost had his 12th, and there the rebound came right out in front, and the big-time slap shot finds the back of the net, and St. Louis Park gets goal number 1, which will come with 12:24. Here's the replay right there, fanning on it, and then the puck comes right out, another replay, and that rebound set it right up for the one-timer by Betzer, and he gets his 2nd goal of the year. It didn't look like he got a lot on it, which may have thrown off the anticipation by Corrig, the goaltender, but nevertheless, goal number 1 goes to Park, and here's the official call.
Jack Betzer.
As I mentioned, that's Jack Betzer's 2nd goal of the year, but he's got 12 assists, making him one of the leading scorers. It's going to be on the power play, and now Park and Totino-Grace at full strength. And now here comes Park again, number 27, Hogan, coming right in on Corrig, gets deflected into the near corner. Now Totino-Grace with it in their own zone. They try to play it off the near boards, and they finally get it to mid-ice, as Totino-Grace picks it up and now brings it in. That's number 7, Trey Peck, as he comes right in on Maxim. And the puck caroms all the way back out to mid-ice. Now Totino-Grace tries to split the defense, but it's poke checked away by number 27, Hogan again, as he comes right in. Takes the shot from point-blank range as it gets deflected out of play, and a face-off right here. Here's that replay and the stick save by Korig. And St. Louis Park having a great year. They're atop the standings in the Metro West, 2-0, 8-6 overall, 3-2 in their last 5, and now they're up here 1-0. And the important stat, as I look at the scoreboard, 9 shots on goal for St. Louis Park, just 1 for Totino-Grace. That does not bode well for the Eagles so far. Now here's St. Louis Park with a wrist shot high across the crossbar, back of the net, rebound now to the sideboards, and kept in at the point again. As Totino-Grace is struggling to clear the puck in their own zone. That wrist shot taken by number 10, Jack Betzer. Just recorded his 2nd goal of the year. The captain will have a face-off to the left of Gavin Korig, the 6'1" goaltender. He's already faced 10 shots here, and we're not even halfway through period number 1, and unable to handle this Betzer, and he'll have to allow his teammates to catch up on side as he shoots it back into the Totino-Grace zone, and they will break out in their own zone. Betzer tries to take it away, and Totino-Grace perseveres and does work it in to the St. Louis Park zone, and now they'll turn around and zip it all the way out, and they're going to wave off the icing, or no, they're going to keep the, no, they wave it off. No, they don't. I was a little confused there as I saw the linesman. He had his hand up, then he didn't, and then he did, and it was an icing call, or was it? Maybe not. I don't know what he called there, to be honest. I really don't. My apologies, but I will tell you this. There's going to be a face-off to the right of Gavin Korig, and we do see the referee coming over to explain something to the St. Louis Park bench. So I might not be the only one confused, and now he's going to come out to explain it to the referee. So there is some confusion. Let's see, they're trying to talk it out of what that was, and so yeah, he's saying it was waved off. Yeah, the icing was waved off. All right, face off to Gavin Korig's right. Puck kept in by number 20 for St. Louis Park, Ari Lasauer. Now puck loose, taken by Totino-Grace as they break it out to the near side. That's number 21 with it, Van Volker. And now back, Betzer gets there behind the net of his own zone. Totino-Grace really having a difficult time setting up their offense so far here in period number 1 as we approach the 10-minute mark. And now here comes Parks, number 22, Ryan Moran. He comes in, his shot ricochets left behind the net. Now behind the net again by Totino-Grace, that's Wyatt Gallagher, the 5'7". And now Grace brings it in, and now it goes right back for St. Louis Park as they are dominating here early on as we're now under 10 minutes to go. Now here comes Totino-Grace, and just as they cross the pass, and it gets poke-checked away. Great defense by the Orioles. Now they come in across the line. They were onside. Pass intended to the near side to number 28, Owen Anklum. He's got 1 goal, 9 assists on the year. These Orioles all have a ton of assists here. Good sign for them. Now at the point, number 4 again, that is Kasaka, and his shot is gloved by Korbig. And that will stop the clock with 9:20 to go as we look at the replay as 22, Ryan Moran comes right in, and it just gets deflected. Although I thought that was heading left of the net to begin with. But the Orioles are putting the pressure on as they win the faceoff, coming right in and they score! And that is Bobby Smith style. To people that are a certain age, and they know Bobby Smith, he did that once at a North Stars game back in the 80s that I saw, where he took the puck from the face-off circle, put the move on, and beat the goaltender. That is good stuff right here. Number 7, Lewis Piper. He did get the pass over, I now see on the replay, to number 27, Brennan Hogan, but that does not discount the brilliant play by Piper. He did everything but score that goal. Brilliant, brilliant play. Goal's going to be credited to number 27, Brennan Hogan. That'll be his 11th on the year to go along with 10 assists. But that face-off win by Louis Piper, or Louis Piper, the senior, he'll get his 9th assist of the year on that play. We'll listen to the official PA announcement. But boy, from my vantage point, I thought he scored it on his own. And he might as well have, because he just took that face off and beat that guy.
Scoring
Love to
for
see it
St.
again
Louis
if we can
Park,
bring it up.
number
If not,
27,
that's okay, but that was
Brennan
incredible. All right, now
Hogan.
so Hogan's going to get
The
credit for
assist
the
goes
goal,
to
number
7,
27.
Louis Piper.
But Louis
Time
Piper
of the goal,
set that up.
7:43.
And Park leads now 2-0. 8:47 remaining, period number 1. Oh, here it is. Look at the replay. He went right by. Look at that pass. That's almost as brilliant, maybe more than scoring it. Louis Piper getting his 9th assist. Now face off again to Corvig's left. Now right in front again. Puck loose, still loose. Shot. I don't think Corvig knew it was until he found it. Another save by Corvig. Here's this replay. Right in front. Puck loose, still loose. Chaos ensues. Finally, Corvig with his left mitt finally gets his paw on it to stop the clock with 8:38 to go. Face-off now back in his zone. And St. Louis Park, Totino-Grace does break it out, but here comes Park once again. Right back into the zone. No holiday hangovers for these two teams as they are out there. And look at that puck go flying way over the net on the near corner, and that will draw the whistle and stop the clock with 8:21 remaining. Face-off to Corvig's left once again. Deja vu all over again. If you're Gavin Corvig, he has been seeing pressure nonstop this whole period, and we're just over halfway through. 13 shots on goal. With this, it'll be nearly 70 if they keep up this pace. All right, now the shot from the near side gets deflected. That was taken by number 11, Trey Jansen, and now the caroms all the way out to mid-ice, and Betzer is there first. He'll play it back to mid-ice. And taking it in, is it offsides? They wave it off. He's very close there, but number 11, Trey Jansen, was able to get it in time. Now Betzer with a quick wrist shot, deflected in front, into the corner. Rebound now played by number 2, I believe. And now Totino-Grace breaks out on the far wing. That's number 9 with it, Roger Murad. Murad now still with it. And he goes down now in the near corner, and the puck comes out on the stick of St. Louis Park, and that outlet pass was perfect to number 22 until he lost his skates. That was Ryan Moran. And now St. Louis Park will have to regroup with number 11. That is Trey Jansen. Now outlet pass kept in, backhander by number 7. That's Trey Peck for Totino-Grace. And Betzer and the Orioles will have to regroup. Nice outlet pass to mid-ice, and they'll play it into the zone. They wave off the icing, of course, because it was over the mid-ice stripe. And now Totino-Grace picks it up, and he gets stopped in the corner. Boy, the forecheck of St. Louis Park has just been magnificent tonight. 14 shots on goal, all from their persistence on the forecheck. Totino-Grace struggling to bring it out each and every time. And now it's played in along the near boards by number 25. That is Liam McCoy. He's got 3 goals, 5 assists on the year. Now kept in with the big paw, number 20. That was Ari Lissauer. And Totino-Grace breaks it out. Now they got a little 2-on-1. The quick wrist shot, he couldn't get anything on it by his number 10, Gus Hay. Looked like he had a bit of an opening right there. You can see it on the replay. He looked up and he just lost control of the puck off his stick. Couldn't get anything on it, although it did look like Maxim Cherevantenko had the angle. But now a rare face-off in the St. Louis Park end, at least so far in this match. It's controlled by Totino-Grace. Wrist shot deflected, intercepted, and now the outlet pass at mid-ice. Trying to get the breakaway, working the puck, number 16. Tyler Hess couldn't get by the Totino-Grace defense as they were able to save it just in time, and now they bring it all the way back into the St. Louis Park zone, getting their first for the Eagles. Gus Hay, the 5'10 forward, but he gets basically mugged of the puck, and now St. Louis Park comes right back out with it along the near board, skating the entire way. Brennan Hogan leaves it for number 7, Louis Piper. Now centering pass goes right through all the way to the far boards. There to pick it up, number 28. That's Owen Anklam. He's got a goal and 9 assists. Now Totino-Grace works it out to mid-ice. And now Totino-Grace comes away with it. A little bit of an opportunity. The shot deflects, and Maxim Cherevantenko, the senior goaltender, Faces a little bit of pressure right here, and it got deflected, and a nice Sunday hop for Maxim to make that save, and that stops the clock with 5:24 to go, period number 1. And a rare face-off so far to his right, controlled by St. Louis Park. Out of the gate fast is number 11 with it. That's Trey Jansen. He skates into the zone, and Totino-Grace goes down hard. Almost looked like a slew skate there. I learned that term from a Wild game. I'd never, watching hockey for all these years, never heard of that term. It's when you check someone from behind and take their skates out. Meanwhile, Maxim is caught a little bit behind the net, finally gets back into the crease as St. Louis Park tries to take control on their own end. Totino-Grace, they've got 2 shots on goals. We're under 5 to play in period number 1. Now the near pass, and they'll have to regroup as number 22 struggled to control it. That was Ryan Moran for the Orioles, and now that could be an icing, except it's right on goal, and Corvig decides to smother it there, which is, I thought, a little curious. He had 2 players, but the St. Louis Park player, number 22, Moran, was right there on the doorstep. So a smart play by the goaltender, I believe. Gavin Corvig stops the clock with 4:35 remaining. Face off to his left. How many times have I said that already? Now Totino-Grace tries to break it out, kept in by number 27 as he poke checks it away, Brennan Hogan. And St. Louis Park's number 7 now works to get the puck, Lewis Piper. Now Totino-Grace breaks it out. They'll dump it in and chase. Maxim plays it around to the near boards. Hacked at by St. Louis Park. Now Totino-Grace centering pass gets poke checked out of the way. Nice defense by number 4, Hayden Kosaka. And now back the other end. The shot taken by number 16, Tyler Hess, gets deflected by Corvig, and the rebound came right in front of the goal crease. Fortunately for Totino-Grace, number 9, Roger Murad was there. Now he's with a little 2-on-1 break in the shot. The pass was right there to number 11, Nolan Mason. Just misses the mark, and that was a rare golden opportunity for the Eagles. And now a centering pass all the way back down to the other end. Back and forth we go. Great hockey action here on both ends of the rink in the last moment here or two. Now Totino-Grace, as they're starting to find their sea legs a little bit on offense. Down just 2-0 so far. They would love a goal here before the end of the first to give them a little confidence on the road. And now they'll chase it behind the net. Getting there first for the Orioles was number 34. That was Leo Schmall, I should say. And now the puck comes all the way down, and icing is going to be the call against the Orioles, and that will stop the clock with 3:04 remaining. And here's the replay and the centering pass right in front. Just couldn't get the stick on it. That was a fast-moving, kind of bumbling little puck there. Would have been a bang-bang play. Fortunately for the Eagles of Totino-Grace, it did not connect. 3 minutes remaining in period number 1 from the rec center. I'll remind you, you are watching ParkTV 16 Sports. We're streaming live on YouTube. Glad you're with us. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Totino-Grace now working it in the Orioles zone as they now played at the point. Quick wrist shot taken by number 16, Black, for Totino-Grace. Now loose behind the puck, picked up by number 10, Gus Hay. Now Park takes away with it. They got a 3-on-2 suddenly with 2:32 to go. As they come into the zone, struggling with a little bit, gets skated off by number 8 for Totino-Grace, A.J. Lach. St. Louis Park tries to keep it on the near boards, and now it bounds out to mid-ice, and it's poked right back in by Betzer. Now he takes it right back again, then skates away, but that leaves it open for number 21, Marty Hurte, coming right in on Corvig. And he can't see the puck. It's still loose behind the net. Now Totino-Grace comes away with it. They poke it to mid-ice, but there's Betzer to throw it right back to mid-ice. Now number 20 on the near boards, Ari Lissauer. And Totino-Grace now under 2 to play in period number 1 as they try to get it into the St. Louis Park zone, and there's a hand up as there would have been an offsides call. And now Park will regroup behind their own net. Outlet pass, and that's going to be icing all day long. And that stops the clock with 1:35 remaining. And the puck will come all the way back, and there'll be a face-off. Here's that replay. Number 21 coming in. Hurte goes to the backhand, winds around like a labyrinth and just ran out of room, didn't he? And the puck, you could see, ended up behind the net. 15 shots on goal for the Orioles. 1.5 minutes to go in period number 1. Totino-Grace looking for some sort of confidence booster here with 1:20 to go. And look at the nifty skating and stick work by Tyler Hess, the senior. Able to just single-handedly move that puck out of the zone. Now kept in by Kasica. In the boards, playing it number 7, Lewis Piper. 1 minute now remaining in period number 1 from the rec center. Park now, shot from a tough angle, deflects into the corner, picked up by number 7, Lewis Piper. His backhander behind the net, comes back out to the top, Kasica, and it gets deflected out of play, and that stops the clock with 42.9 seconds remaining. And our score, 2-0 here. 16 shots for the Orioles, 2 goals, 2 shots for the Eagles, no goals. Face off to Totino-Grace goaltender Corvig's left, controlled again by St. Louis Park. They try to add to their lead. Now the puck down and going down to his knee, playing with his hand. It appeared to me from my vantage point, Jake Rantz, and that might have drawn the whistle. The referee over there inspecting the premises, sees everything's okay, and guess what? Another face-off to the left of goaltender Gavin Corvig. At this point, Totino-Grace might be happy just to get off the ice into the locker room, down only 2. Here comes Park, they're trying to add to it. They may be a little frustrated, they don't have more goals on 16 shots early on. Now Totino-Grace with 21 seconds remaining. Plays it back to number 17, Noah Oslin. Now Totino-Grace, the wrist shot, and that gets deflected out of play into the net. That shot taken by number 10, Gus Hay. Stops the clock with 11.3 remaining. And a face-off to the right of Maxim Chereventenko. He's got 3.38 goals against average, but right now, tonight, he's been perfect, having only faced 2 shots officially. Now, wheeling it all the way around, they're gonna wave off the icing. Totino-Grace is gonna have to catch up with it, but just as they get to it, the buzzer signifies the end of period number 1. So after 1 period of play from the rec center in St. Louis Park, our score, 2-0 Park. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports. Stay with us for period number 2 as we step aside.
They said cigarettes were safe. We know how that... Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Back to ParkTV 16 Sports on location. We're at the rec center in St. Louis Park in this brand new year of 2025, bringing you high school boys hockey, St. Louis Park and Totino-Grace. Beginning of period number 2 and our score, 2-0 Park at home. They're 3-2 in their last 5. Going for another win. They're 8-6 overall. Meanwhile, Totino-Grace comes in with a 6-4 record, 2-3 in their last 5, and they're down 2. And the shots on goal tell the story here early on. 16 shots for St. Louis Park and only 2 for Totino-Grace. And I'm sure that's exactly what the conversation was in the locker room for Grace, is how can they get more scoring opportunities? And they're off to a good start here in the second period as they've been able to manage a face-off in the St. Louis Park zone to the left of goaltender Maxim Chereventenko. And the draw is controlled by Totino-Grace as they skate it to the near boards. 17 minutes on the clock. We're at the beginning of period number 2. I'm Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us on ParkTV 16 Sports as we're streaming live on YouTube as Maxim Chereventenko makes the glove save. And that should be the third shot recorded on goal. Not sure all the stats are accurate on the live scoreboard here at the arena, but that's what I have to go on. So I will be bringing you those numbers, and that should have been a shot on goal for Totino-Grace, but it still shows 2 on the board. Nevertheless, the only score stat that matters is the score, as Totino-Grace wins that face-off now. Good start for them in the second period. They're gonna need it if they want to get in this one. They're already down 2, and going down 3 would make it a bit more than a molehill to come back. And now back in their own zone as they try to clear the puck. They did have difficulty in the first with that aspect of their game, as the forecheck of St. Louis Park played very well, and there it is again, this time number 8 for Park. That was Ali Culp, this junior forward, able to, but now here comes Totino-Grace's number 17 on the other end, Noah Osgard. As he gets skated off, now he'll play it into the corner, and St. Louis Park takes him into the boards. Now the puck came out, and there's number 7 with it, Trey Peck, as he goes down. No call, puck loose. Played at the top of the circle by number 16 for Totino-Grace, Waylon Black. And now into the corner, Totino-Grace off to a good start here in the second period, Noah Oslin. And now back at mid-ice, played by number 8 for the Eagles, A.J. Locke. And now at mid-ice, number 9, Roger Morad. He'll come in with the puck. Drops it back along the boards, now rink wide to Rance, number 12, whose grandparents, I believe, are watching on YouTube in Lino Lakes. Glad they're with us and hope they're enjoying the broadcast and watching their son, number 12 for Totino-Grace, out there on the ice right now. Now here comes St. Louis Park's number 11, and he wrist shots that. Blistering shot by Trey Jensen, the senior forward, as he took the intercepted puck at point blank range, and he beats Korvig right here. Nothing Korvig can do, and as he bounces the water bottle off the back of the net, and that makes that goal suitable for framing for Trey Jansen. Wow, that is cool, isn't it? He top shelves it from right in there, and the water bottle goes flying. You're gonna want to put that in the highlight reel for his high school career.
Unassisted.
Unassisted goal, credited to number 11. That's Trey Jansen. That's his 12th goal of the year to go along with 12 assists. Meanwhile, Totino-Grace down 3. Now, that goal comes with under 15 minutes to go in period number 2, and a great start for the Orioles at home at the rec center. And now Jansen, he'll dump it into the zone, and he'll change on the fly. Now Totino-Grace breaks it out, and they really have a road ahead of them, don't they? Quick wrist shot, played off the backboards. Rebound by number 15, Oliver Hay. Now puck played in by Totino-Grace. They do show 4 shots on goal on the scoreboard here for Totino-Grace, so that's a bit of an improvement. Now back out. Puck played by number 11, Mason, and kept in at the point by number 16, Waylon Black. As Totino-Grace sustains the pressure now in the Orioles zone, as we're under 14 to go in period number 2. I'll remind you, you are watching ParkTV 16 Sports on location, and we are streaming live on YouTube, and now kept in nicely again by number 16, Waylon Black. He's been doing that well here in the second period early on. Now here comes Parks, number 16, Tyler Hess. No, excuse me, that's Betzer. Betzer now tries to go to the backhand. Centering pass gets deflected. Korvig tried to smother it, came back on the other end, still loose in front, and now they blow the whistle as the referee lost sight of the puck. I'm not sure goaltender Gavin Korvig knows where it is, and there it was on his left skate. Got a little bit of a break there from the referee blowing that whistle, because I don't think Korvig knew where it was. But usually the referee, if they can't see the puck, they will blow it dead as they check a look at the actual goal and make sure it's on its moorings. Face off to Korvig's right, controlled by Totino-Grace's number 16, Waylon Black. Now kept in briefly, and now St. Louis Park works it out to mid-ice. playing it there is number 4, Hayden Kasika. Now back to retrieve it is Waylon Black. Black having a good second period here early on. Seemingly everywhere, and now the puck gets deflected into the Oriole bench. That'll stop the clock with 12:33 remaining. And this time a face-off again to goaltender number 35, Gavin Corrig. 6-1. He's faced 18 shots, let in 3. Face-off controlled by Totino-Grace, but it gets poke-checked away right from behind. He was a little nonchalant about it, and he paid the price as he turned the puck over in his own end, and now they'll take it right back and dump it out to mid-ice. And trying to play it there as it was bouncing was Kasika, and showing great persistence is Roger Morad, number 9, for the Eagles. And now the quick wrist shot by Morad, and that was a great looking shot as he got that off, but Maxim, the goaltender, makes the save and kicks out the rebound. Now coming right in on the backhand and throwing his body right into it, and getting tripped on his own momentum was number 11, Trey Jansen, taking all kinds of risks there. That would be a great replay to see, despite there not being a goal. He really threw himself into that play, didn't he? All right, now there's a push from behind by St. Louis Park, and that did not get called, and it should have. Meanwhile, they play on. Now the far side, Parks, 28, skates it in. Owen Anklum. Now, Totino-Grace breaks it out. Backhands, now at mid-ice. And back in, Jansen gets skated off the puck by number 8 for Totino-Grace. That was A.J. Locke. Now puck rink wide, over the line, no offside call. Totino-Grace trying to establish some sort of stability on the offensive end. Now with it, nice stick handling by Trey Peck, coming right in on the doorstep, puck loose. Try to get it in that far net, and now a trip on St. Louis Park, and that doesn't get called. They're letting him play, and now the right pad save by Maxim. Puck now at mid-ice, picked up by number 8 for Totino-Grace, A.J. Locke. And now gloved momentarily by the goaltender, Maxim. He's got an easier name to say, his first name, than his last name, although I do love saying Cherevatenko. Maxim is also just as cool. All right, now wrist shot at the point, and there is number 16 for Totino-Grace, Waylon Black, having a whale of the game here in the second period, in my opinion. And there he is again with a quick wrist shot. And that caroms into the near side as Totino-Grace showing a little bit more confidence on the offensive end, keeping that puck in, and now the Orioles trying to clear the puck, and it gets by Rance and all the way down, and that's going to be an icing call on St. Louis Park. So a little bit of more momentum for Totino-Grace. They're still down 3-0 as we look at this replay as it gets cleared away. As there's the goaltender, Maxim Cherevatenko, skates off, and now here's this replay by Jansen coming in and getting dumped on his own accord. They've got good padding there to withstand those types of bumps and bruises, and there's some bumps and bruises Rance takes from number 8 from St. Louis Park, A.J. Locke. Now here comes Parks, number 12 into the zone, Teddy Rich. Rich coming right into the doorstep. Corbin gets his pad out. Puck still loose, though, in the Totino-Grace zone. Number 20, Lassauer with it, and he backhands it behind the net. Centering pass goes off the, caroms off the net along the near boards. Now Totino-Grace picks it up. That is number 10 with it. Gus Hay. Hay comes right in, and the stick save by the right side, Maxim, and he deflects it out of bounds, and there's that quick wrist shot, and I'm not sure Maxim didn't see it till the very last second. Just in time, though, to deflect it, as that may have been heading to just under the crossbar, and Maxim takes a break. Now, meanwhile, on the other end, this replay coming right in on the doorstep, number 12, Teddy Rich almost gets one to go, and Corvig makes that save. Great hockey action here on ParkTV 16 Sports. Face off to the left of Maxim, controlled by Totino-Grace's number 22 this time. That's Ian Johnson, the 5'10" forward. He's got 5 goals, 2 assists on the year. Now kept in at the point by number 9, Roger Morad. Behind the net, Betzer picks it up for St. Louis Park. Outlet pass, beautifully displayed. Now near pass, perfect action. Number 16 brings it into the zone. That is Tyler Hess, and now he gets skated out the puck. Great defense by Totino-Grace. And now they'll dump it ahead. It's almost like a long bomb pass. 2-on-1 potentially, and the puck intended for number 19. He had a wide open net had he got on top of it. That was Liam Hamre, and now all the way back on the other end, off the skate and in the crease, and it's going to be smothered by the goaltender, Gavin Kovrig. And that stops the clock, and we go to more exciting replays right on the doorstep. Korvig looking to smother that puck, and that stops the clock with 8:27 remaining. 21 shots on goal for the Orioles, 7 for the Eagles. Market improvement. They had only 2 in the first period, and they've more than doubled that in the second, and we've got 8 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. Park controls that face-off in the Totino-Grace zone, and now it's deflected, and on the breakaway, Trey Peck coming right in on Maxim, goes to the back end, and he scores it. 8-11. Totino-Grace gets on the board. Excuse me, that looked like number 17 with that. That might have been Noah Oslin. Yep, that's who it was, Oslin. Sometimes it's hard to see their numbers, but nevertheless, right here, single-handedly, number 17 breaks away. Oslin, and goes to the backhand and dukes out Maxim. Cherevantenka. Noah Oslin with the goal. Unassisted, puts Totino-Grace on the board. It's now 3-1. Don't go anywhere. This game is still in flux as Totino-Grace has really woken up here in the second period. 8 shots on goal now. They've tripled the number of shots, now in front. And again, that again was number 17, Noah Oslin, looking for an assist just to follow up on his goal. And they are now controlling the puck, and that wrist shot gets steered to the near side by Maxim. Right in front. Backhand shot, just misses by number 7. Trey Peck. Totino-Grace now buzzing the net. And now here comes St. Louis Park's number 11, Trey Jensen. He's just as dangerous. He gives it over to number 22. That was Ryan Moran. He tried to get the give and go, and Totino-Grace there to interrupt that offensive opportunity for St. Louis Park. And now they'll dump it into the net, or into the zone as they change on the fly. Totino-Grace breaks it out to mid-ice, and now coming away with it is number 7, Trey Peck. He's quick, he splits the defense, he gets tripped, and that is gonna be a penalty on the Orioles. And they're gonna go down. I believe it was a call on the Orioles. Let's see here. Right here, is that a trip? I believe so. The penalty box is open. Let's see who they're going to give it to. It looks like it's going to go against number 34, Leo Schmoll, the sophomore defenseman, and that puts Totino-Grace on the power play. They've got their 9th shot on goal now. 7 minutes exactly remaining, and they're going to be on the power play for 2 minutes. I believe it's their first power play opportunity of the evening, and it couldn't come at a better time. They are really starting to feel the confidence. And now a chance to cut the deficit to 1 on the road. Now at the point, number 19, that is Hamre. Now to Peck.
Minor penalties on the
quick out there, and the quick wrist shot. Maxim gives up a prime rebound, but it gets deflected. And now his helmet came off, and that will draw a whistle as he will adjust his helmet. Can't have a goaltender without his helmet and face mask. Those days are long over. But there's the wrist shot. It hit him right in the face, actually, right in the face mask. And he looked to the referee. He asked for that timeout, and he was giving it to him. But it will allow. So that call was hooking number 34. It was just announced. And now the face-off with 1:40 the player advantage. Wide open chance right there, and that shot taken by number 19, Liam Hamre. Gets deflected over the net. Now Hamre again into the corner, back to Hamre at the point. Now along the side, number 10, Gus Hay. Hay back to Hamre, now Hay and the corner, and this quick wrist shot deflects into the corner. Getting there first for Totino-Grace was Kidrowski, now on the near boards. Puck loose, and we got a whistle. And it looks like, are they signaling a hand play? That will bring, if true, is it going to bring it all the way down into the Totino-Grace zone? Boy, that seems like a harsh sanction for just a hand play. If I read that referee's signal correctly. Regardless, that's what's going to happen. 6:07 remaining in the second period. 1:08 in the player advantage for Totino-Grace. 1 goal apiece in the second. 3-1 overall. Park in front as they play it back into the Totino-Grace zone as they're on the power play kill, the penalty kill. And we're under a minute to go in the player advantage. 50 seconds exactly right now as Totino-Grace breaks it out to mid-ice, and it gets deflected all the way back into the zone. Getting there first for Park is number 22, Ryan Moran, and he's going to clear it all the way down, and Korvig will have to come out to stop it. Korvig, I should say. Kovrig. I've been mispronouncing it ever so slightly. My apologies. Now Peck behind the net. He's got an easy name to remember, right? Trey Peck. Now Peck with it. He is awful fun to watch. Watch him work with a quick wrist shot. And Maxim. Cherevantenko makes the save. And now the shots are starting to even up. The shots on goal, 22-12 now here with 5:16 remaining. 16 seconds in the player advantage, and we'll have a face-off to Maxim's left. Both teams changed. Face-off controlled by Totino-Grace. Now number 14, Wyatt Gallagher to the far side to Waylon Black. His shot is deflected. 7 seconds remaining in the player advantage. Wrist shot from a very tough angle. Did it almost get in? Rebound. They're poking at it. No whistle. Finally a whistle. And Totino-Grace's number 11 couldn't believe it. He was right there. He still has his hands on his head. He thought he had a golden opportunity right here. Let's see what he was talking about with his body language. Right there, he poked at it again. Couldn't get it to go. The frustration of hockey readily apparent. Both teams at full strength now, just under 5 to go. Second period, centering pass. Fanning on it was number 22, Ian Johnson. Kept in, though, by Totino-Grace. Again, as both teams are at full strength, and we're under 5 to go in the second period. Our score 3-1. Now at mid-ice, picking it up for St. Louis Parks, number 16, Tyler Hess. He comes right in, puck loose in front, taken away by Totino-Grace. They can't quite break out of the zone, taken right back by number 7, Lewis Piper, and a quick wrist shot. It's pad save by Kovrig. Now St. Louis Park in the corner. They try to put the pressure on here as we get into the waning moments of period number 2. Puck loose, Kovrig tried to get the save, couldn't smother it, still loose now behind the net. Beautiful chance here for the Orioles. Quick wrist shot, no one there, rebound. Now it's steered into the near corner. Now back out to the point. Park now with the advantage. Centering shot at the goal! What a pass! And right there on the doorstep, putting it in, Tyler Hess, the senior. And what a great pass that was. It was so fast I can't see who it was, but that's why we have replay. As Park answered, just kept it in there too. That would have been offsides. Now right there, the pass and the wrist shot. And who got that assist? Looking for the number 27 for St. Louis Park, Brennan Hogan. That'll be his 11th assist on the year to go along with his 10 goals. And St. Louis Park has to be feeling a little bit easier as Totino-Grace was really starting to
Scoring
get some momentum
for
there.
St. Louis Park, number 16, Tyler Hess.
And here's the official goal.
The assist from number 28, Owen Anklum, and number 27.
And Brennan Hogan gets the assist. Time of the goal, 12:58. Meanwhile, Totino-Grace picking up where they just left off, and that backhander by Peck gets deflected in front. And St. Louis Park takes over, but it's poke checked away at the blue line by number 9. That is Murad. And now Murad gets it over to Peck. Peck can't get his stick on it. He'll have to regroup, but he's still keeping the pressure on. Look at that stick work and the quick wrist shot. Are you kidding me? Trey Peck is quite the player out there. Reminds me as a little Dino Cicerelli. I tell you what, tough to corral, very quick, powerful shot. And there is Maxim Cherevantenko. He'll be glad not to see Mr. Peck when this match is over. I'll guarantee you that. He is a very dangerous player for Totino-Grace, and that's obvious to anyone that's watching. I'm not saying anything new, I'm sure, to people that know him and this team. All right, now the Orioles break out with it. 4-1 lead. That was a key goal for them just a moment ago, and a beautiful looking goal as well as the assist by Hogan to Tyler Hess. Just a gorgeous goal and a bang-bang play. Just how lightning fast hockey can be, which makes it so exciting. All right, now under 3 to go in period number 2. St. Louis Park at mid-ice, and there is Peck again. Almost taking it away single-handedly. Meanwhile, Park able to clear it out to mid-ice, now back into their zone, and they push it right back out, and that could be icing, and it will be, and that will stop the clock with 2:27 remaining. Our score, 4-1. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports on location. We are streaming live on YouTube. You can check these out on replay on YouTube or go to parktv.org and you can find them there as well. Check out all the highlights. All right, now playback underway. 2:21 remaining. Puck played, kept in at the point by Totino-Grace. And if you're a Grace fan watching, you want to see if they can get one more goal. There's a big shot delivered. Now the puck comes loose. Totino-Grace trying to get something going as there is number 10, Jack Betzer, coming away with it. Centering pass right in front. Almost tipping in through the crease was Lewis Piper. Almost with goal number 5. Now behind the net. Puck still stalled, 1:42 remaining in period number 2. Puck comes out, that is number 16, Tyler Hess. Now kicking it ahead and coming away with it, at least momentarily, that's number 27, Brennan Hogan. He just got an assist. He digs it out of that corner. Great work by him. Now to the far side at the top of the circle, the shot, rebound, Kovrig can't find it. Now down on the ice, and the puck comes loose. Park controls right across the crease. 1:11 remaining in period number 2. And St. Louis Park is keeping sustained pressure on the Grace defense right here. And they come out of the corner with it. And they'll trade sides. And now 1 minute remaining in period number 2. Park keeping the pressure on.
Serving in Afghanistan,
on net,
I was hit
deflected, and now finally smothered by the goaltender, Kovrig. The 6'1" goaltender with a 1.56 goal against average overall. Smothers the puck, and that stops the clock, and both teams will change as they were both out there for long shifts there. And I was just looking at the Totino-Grace players, and they were very tired on that one as you watch them slowly climb over the boards. And now in front, 45 seconds remaining. Face-off controlled by St. Louis Park. And this is a dangerous time if you're a Totino-Grace fan, but now a replay, and hurt on that as it hit him in the leg. And getting up slowly is Totino-Grace's number 17, Noah Oslin, but they play on. Oslin comes off the bench. He's injured. Now the wrist shot from the middle of the circle by number 11, Totino-Grace's Nolan Maslin, saved by Maxim. But there was an injured player. It also caused the breakaway for Totino-Grace, but taking the punishment was number 17 again, Noah Oslin. We'll see if he can regain the ice. Now right in front on his knee. The pass was right there. Morad couldn't quite get it to go. 16 seconds remaining. Peck now trying to work his magic. Comes back away with it. Throws it into the corner. Now coming away, chasing it, and getting there first is number 9, Roger Morad. He goes down. And now the puck loose along the boards, 2 seconds remaining. They try to get a shot from a tough angle as the buzzer sounds, signaling the end of period number 2. So after 2 periods complete from the Rec Center in St. Louis Park, our score 4-1, St. Louis Park. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports. We're streaming live on YouTube. Come on back for period number 2 as we step aside.
Serving in Afghanistan, I was hit by sniper fire, and I was given a 5% chance to live. It's a good thing math wasn't my best subject. Today, I visit classrooms and share my story. I tell kids that with a little help and a lot of work, that you can overcome any challenge.
DAV helps veterans like Adam get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year.
My victory is being there for the next generation.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Back to ParkTV 16 Sports on Location. We're streaming live on YouTube, bringing you non-conference boys hockey. St. Louis Park taking on Totino-Grace, and there's your score. 4-1 Park. It was 2-0 after one. Then Totino-Grace gave up another one, and it was 3-0, and then they started to get back in it. They only had 2 shots on goal in the first period, 15 in the second. They're now only down 10 on the shots on goal, but St. Louis Park got a great goal late in the second to bump their lead back up to 3. Our score 4-1. I'm Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us as we're streaming live on YouTube. And we're underway in the third from the rec center in St. Louis Park. Totino-Grace in dark uniforms going left to right as they control the initial face-off. 17 minutes on the clock, and we're underway. Now here's St. Louis Park as they break out. That's number 16, Tyler Hess. He got the big 4th goal for the Orioles. As I just mentioned, late in the second. Now Totino-Grace, they played much better. As I ran into one of the parents for Totino-Grace who commented that that first period was one of the worst all year, and that quick wrist shot taken by Trey Peck. Keep an eye on that young guy. He's awful talented. Now he tries to spin around on the near boards, and the puck comes all the way back into the Orioles zone. That's Benser coming away with it. He was also telling me how Totino-Grace was tied with the powerful Maple Grove team recently, 0-0 after a full hockey game. So Totino-Grace has some chops to their game. They just didn't have it there in the first period, and they played pretty well since. But they are down 3 here in the third. Now St. Louis Park with it, number 34. That is Leo Schmal. The puck comes all the way down. They wave off the icing. Getting there first for Totino-Grace is number 8, A.J. Locke. Now they break out. Nice outlet pass to number 19 as he skates it across the line. Liam Homre, and his shot ricochets loudly behind goaltender Maxim Chereventenko. Now behind the net, played by 34 for St. Louis Park, Leo Schmal. As Totino-Grace keeps the pressure on, they backhand it into the corner. And still trying to get control in the circle. Coming away with it is Rance, Jake Rance, the 5'10 defenseman. And now the wrist shot, and Maxim had the save. There was the whistle, and then Totino-Grace poked at Maxim, and that brought up the ire of the defenseman for St. Louis Park, protecting their goaltender, Maxim Chereventenko. And there is a little bit of flaring tempers, which will happen in any contact sport. That was a nifty wrist shot. Took Maxim by surprise, and he was just poking at it. Number 22 for Totino-Grace, Ian Johnson, but number 34, Leo Schmal, the defenseman, the sophomore, wasn't going to have any of that after he thought he heard the whistle. Now both teams separate, and there are going to be some penalties. Offsetting, it appears, as I look up, and there's a player in the Totino-Grace box there to the left, number 19, who I just mentioned, Liam Homre. And in St. Louis Park, that probably is going to be number 34, Shaw. I can't see his number, but based on the replay and what we saw, probably not a bad move. Roughing will probably be the call. They'll be offset, and I look out there, and there are 5 skaters aside. So offsetting penalties will be the call, and we're under 15 minutes to go in period number 3. Shots on goal now 27-7 as Totino-Grace has really picked it up in that statistic. And it has resulted in 1 goal. Now Totino-Grace in their own end. Let's listen to the
number
PA
19,
announcer.
Leon Homre, 2 minutes for slashing. And the Orioles 34,
Homre.
Leo Schmal, 2 minutes for roughing.
And Leo Schmal will get the roughing call. 2 minutes offsetting. Now here comes Totino-Grace right in the slot. Quick wrist shot, deflected by the goaltender Maxim, and play goes on the near boards. As Totino-Grace tries to keep the pressure on, but it's taken away by number 18, Owen McGolgan, and he clears the puck nicely for the Orioles. And now it's back into the Orioles zone. Totino-Grace will change on the fly. Now coming off the bench and not able to handle that great centering pass. Now he gets it back, was number 9, Murad. He would have had a golden opportunity, point blank range, couldn't get a handle on it. Now under 14 to go, and that shot is gonna be a goal by Totino-Grace from the far slot, and I think it's gonna be awarded to number 9, Roger Murad. And if it's true, that'll be his 7th of the year to go along with 3 assists. And there's the assist by Rance. If Murad gets the goal, there's the wrist shot. I think it might have been tipped in front, and they're gonna give the goal to number 17, Noah Oslin, the 6-foot forward, and that would be his 5th goal, and the assists would go to Roger Murad and number 12, Jake Rance. So congratulations to his grandparents as their boy gets an assist. Oslin gets the goal.
Keegan Kudrowski.
Oh, I thought that pass was by Jake Rance, but maybe it was by Kudrowski. I thought it was from Rance. We get that replay, but it might be too late. Nevertheless, that's a goal for Totino-Grace. They've cut the deficit to 2. Don't go anywhere. 13-12 on the board. Both teams at full strength. And we are seeing a much improved Totino-Grace team than what we saw in period number 1, where they only had 2 shots on goal, and that slow start. So now it's 4-2. And now a face-off will occur back in the Orioles zone. And if you're a St. Louis Park fan, oh, here it is, right there. That was Rance. I got that right. That's Murad, and there's the pass to number 17, Noah Oslin. So I don't care what they say, those goal scorers. That was Jake Rance that got that assist. And congratulations to his grandparents and nieces if they're watching in Lino Lakes. Verification, proof positive. All right, now back underway. 4-2 again, our score. Orioles now back on the offense here in the 3rd. Under 13 to go. Now in the slot, and the quick wrist shot taken by number 21, Van Volker. And that deflects out of play, and that'll bring a face-off. And it's been a while since it's been a face-off in the Totino-Grace zone, as they have really dominated play here through much of the 2nd and now early in the 3rd. And that wrist shot taken by number 20 for St. Louis Park, Ari Lasauer. And now losing it momentarily, but then just getting back before turning it over. And they did turn it over. Orioles now, wrist shot from the point, and that is into the midsection of goaltender Gavin Kovrig. And he'll hold on to stop the clock with 12:13 remaining in the 3rd. 4-2 our score, and this game is tightened up here. Oh, we have fans from Australia watching us. What time of the day is it in Australia, I wonder? 15 hours ahead or behind? Nevertheless, glad you're with us. It's summer in Australia, that much I know, and it is freezing cold outside in Minneapolis. Probably, what, about 11 degrees at game time outdoors? Good thing we're not playing in the outdoor rink, but we're indoors in the friendly confines of the rec center. But welcome to our Australian hockey fans. Glad you're with us. All right, now face off, controlled by St. Louis Park as they break it all the way into the Totino-Grace zone. And the outlet pass fails momentarily for Totino-Grace, but they persevere and get it to mid-ice, and it plays off. And now a 2-on-2, at least momentarily, for Totino-Grace as they get skated to the sideboards, and the puck comes loose along the near side. And now the referee gets involved in the play and almost ruined it for St. Louis Park as they tried to break it out, but they do nevertheless. And now a big hit along the near boards. And there's going to be a penalty, I believe, as the referee raised his hand right there. I don't know. That just looked, if that's going to be the call. Got his arms crossed, and it looks like number 18, Keegan Kudrowski, is going to go to the cooler right there. I don't know if I would have called that a penalty. And I'm not sure what they're going to call it. I didn't see it as a high stick. I just thought it's 2 players making contact in the heat of the moment there. It didn't seem like there was any
He's on the Eagles, number 18, Keegan Kadrowski. 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty.
Interference. Boy, I don't understand that one, but anyway, that's the penalty. 2-minute advantage for the Orioles. That is a very strange call in my opinion. And there's a wrist shot and the glove save and the goal on the rebound. Just like that, the power play goal to the Orioles as Kovrig struggled to locate the puck with his left glove hand. And here's that replay as it was started by number 27, Brennan Hogan with the wrist shot. It didn't get tipped, he just misplayed it with the glove and then it was off the skate. Boy, I wonder if that should count when it almost could be argued that it was kicked in. But they don't, we use replay for entertainment value. It's not used to help with replays like it is in many pro sports. So the score is going to be credited to Ryan Moran, number 22. Brendan Hogan gets the assist, and number 11, Trey Jansen, puts the Orioles back up 5-2. And now we have just under 11 minutes to go. And here's the replay again, skating in. And nice save there by Kovrig. Forces the face-off to his left. So I would say after a questionable penalty call, that really favored the Orioles and put a damper in Totino-Grace's comeback story here. It's just a little bit bigger now, and now a whistle and an offside. No, they play on. It was almost an offside, but Totino-Grace laid off the puck. Now they have it at mid-ice. That's number 8 that skates with it. That is A.J. Locke. And now all the way behind the net as the Orioles try to clear it, but it's kept in along the near boards by number 16, Waylon Black. And now the centering pass all the way out to the point, the wrist shot, and we're gonna have a whistle from the referee in the corner as Trey Peck found his way into the goalie crease and into the goal. And that drew a whistle. And there'll be a face-off just outside the blue line. Nope, oh, there is gonna be a penalty. Referees haven't been very clear about that. That's Tyler Hess that's gonna go in. So now Totino-Grace goes back on the power play and a chance to get right back in it. They are now down 3 with 10:20 to go in the regulation in the third. Face-off to the right of Maxim.
16, Tyler Hess.
Here's the call.
2 minutes for slashing.
2 minutes for slashing on number 16, Tyler Hess. So now 1:46 in the player advantage. Totino-Grace right into goal. The sharpshooter, number 19, Liam Hamre, gets his 4th goal, the 6'4" forward. Wow, what a sharpshooting goal this was. He was wide open at the top of the circle, and he beats Maxim over his left shoulder into the upper right-hand corner. Yeah, that's gotta feel good there. And just like that, Totino-Grace answers back. And if you're an Eagles fan, that is exactly what the doctor ordered, especially after that questionable power play goal. Not the goal itself, but the penalty. But we're back to even. No harm, no foul. 2-goal deficit for Totino-Grace. Power play goal for Totino, and now they have it again in mid-ice. Number 14 with it, Wyatt Gallagher skates it in, and as he chases it, he goes down on his own accord. And now the puck comes loose, and it's broken out by number 22 into mid-ice, Ryan Moran. Almost intercepted again by number 9, Roger Morad. Now here comes St. Louis Parks Jansen, he gives it up, and there's a whistle as they come in. Tempers flaring just ever so slightly out there. Jansen is getting skated off, being talked to by the referee. You can see him right there, trying to keep him calm. And these games matter right here. And there was a little contact, and they're gonna call offsides. That's what drew the whistle and why the faceoff was outside the blue line, controlled by Totino-Grace. They come in, almost a 2-on-1. Centering pass gets deflected by the wayside. Now the Orioles come away with it. They outlet it to mid-ice. Skating it on the far side is number 7. That is Lewis Piper, and now that gets taken right back by Totino-Grace. in across the line is number 11, Nolan Mason. He fires the puck along the boards, and now it's at the point. Slapping at it was Totino-Grace. They keep it in. They got 3-on-1 as they try to keep the momentum, and now Park comes away with it. And they outlet it to mid-ice. Now taking it right back for Totino-Grace, Oliver Hay. Along with number 11, Nolan Mason. Now at mid-ice is St. Louis Park's number 20 along the near side. He skates it in, Ari Lassour. Now backhanding it along the far boards, getting there at the same time, number 21, Volker, and number 8, Culp for the Orioles. And now Betzer with a wrist shot, and the nifty, cat-like quick save with that left-handed glove is goaltender Gavin Kovrig right here, coming right in, the wrist shot and the glove save. No problem for number 35, Gavin Kovrig. Stops the clock with 8:19 remaining in regulation. 5-3 our score. 33 shots on goal now for the Orioles, 23 for the Eagles of Totino-Grace. Now they backhand it out to mid-ice, and it rolls right along the top of the boards on the little shelf that exists between that and the glass. I have never really seen that before. It reminds me if you play golf and you hit the cart path and it just keeps going along the cart path, kind of how it felt like watching it. All right, play goes on, however, and now Betzer fires it hard into the Totino-Grace zone as we're under 8 minutes to go in period number 3. As they jockey for control of the puck just inside the blue line, puck comes loose to Totino-Grace and they break it out. That's number 10 with it for the Eagles, Gus Hay. He brings it into the Orioles zone, and it ricochets all the way back out to mid-ice. There to meet the puck is number 8, A.J. Locke. Now with it, number 16, that is Waylon Black. He gets it poke checked away. Jansen comes away with it for the Orioles. Now it's loose at mid-ice, and bowling people over, number 25 for the Orioles. That was pretty cool. Liam McCoy, the sophomore, taking no prisoners out there. Now the puck behind the net of the Orioles. Now coming in, trying to keep it on the forecheck. Number 8 for the Orioles, A.J. Locke. And now the Orioles will dump it out and they'll chase. They wave off icing. Peck gets there first, spins on it, gets it to Morad. Morad now at mid-ice to number 17. Oslin now to Peck, his quick wrist shot. He gets his own rebound. He goes down into the boards. Maxim makes the save, and the rebound comes out to mid-ice, and now they play with the high stick, and they play on. Now Orioles with it into the Totino-Grace zone. That shot's on goal, taken by number 22. That, again, was Ryan Moran. Now Totino-Grace breaks it out to mid-ice. Morad with it, number 9, drop pass it. They wave off the offside. That was awful close, and now it comes out to mid-ice, nevertheless, with 6:19 remaining in regulation. Great hockey action here in the third. Intensity level and the skill and the hitting is just great stuff here. Minnesota high school hockey at its best. Now Totino-Grace's goaltender Kovrig, and now the forecheck. The aggression by Brennan Hogan almost comes away with it. Now Peck behind the net. Outlets it to the near boards to number 17, Oslin. And now he'll try to get over the Morad, and they're gonna call icing, and that will stop the clock. And everyone can take a deep breath with 5:52 to go as there's the goaltender. Now the replay, and the quick wrist shot just misses. Taken by number 10, Gus Hay. There was some mustard on that shot, let me tell you what. All right, now face off back into the Totino-Grace zone to the right of Kovrig. As Totino-Grace gets set to see who's going to be in the ice, and they drop the puck even before the extra skater got off the ice, and they're going to redo it. 5:49 remaining in regulation. 5-3 our score. Shots on goal now still favor the Orioles, 34-24. Face-off controlled by the Orioles, but they can't keep it in the zone, and now they'll dump it back in. Before they got onside, now they are. But Totino-Grace takes possession behind their own net. Backhand to the near side in the corner, number 16. That is Waylon Black. Orioles take it back at mid-ice nicely. The poke check was by number 28, Owen Anklem. And now we got a whistle and a stoppage as the puck goes out of play once again. This puck has been like a jumping bean out there. Popped out of the area of play several more times than I'm used to seeing, but that kind of just is indicative of how intense the play has been, and it has been great hockey action. Nowhere else I'd rather be. Glad you're with us as well. Now face-off controlled by Totino-Grace. A little bit of a dangerous cross-rink pass right in front of the goal, but they got away with it. Now Orioles trying to get it right back. Now at mid-ice, puck picked up by number 19, Hamre. He's got the last goal. He took a big shot. He's 6'4", folks. He's got a lot of power in that lanky frame of his. And that shot was scooped up by Maxim Chervantenko, the senior goaltender. Gets his 22nd save. Now puck controlled by Totino-Grace. They've really controlled the face-offs, it seems, in the last half of this match. And they won it again there. But now the Orioles at mid-ice. And now they try to play it into the zone, and they do. Kept in at the rebound there by Lewis Piper. But now here comes Totino-Grace's Gus Hay once again. And we've got a whistle by the referee in the corner. And I'm not sure if he's calling a penalty there, as high stick is going to be called. I don't know who it's going to go, but based on the body language, it's looking like number 22. Or no, let's see. I don't know if anybody's going to the gulag here. Nope, they're just going to have a face-off outside the blue line. I'm not clear what that call was. I usually am pretty good, I think, at what calls are, but tonight I have been confused on a few of the calls, and that one is another one. He puts his arm up. He's got the arm stripes, and when you put your arm straight up, that's a penalty, and he does that, but they're not always penalties. That's what's confusing me, I've decided. And other things probably that I come into it naturally for confusion. Anyway, one thing I'm not confused about is this is a great hockey game on ParkTV 16 Sports as we're approaching the 4-minute mark, and we'll see if Totino-Grace starts looking to pull their goaltender here down 2. They would like to get another goal before they feel compelled to do that, I can guarantee you that. Now, player goes down, coming right in on Maxim. Single-handedly weaving through like a labyrinth was number 17, Noah Ozin. It was like he was skating through a labyrinth. And came right up on Maxim, and now he'll skate off to the corner. That's how he relaxes his stress. Here's, watch him just weave around everybody. Beats the defender, then puts that edge in the ice and comes right up and tried to go to the far side and just missed that post as Chervantenko went down. Clock stopped at 3:47 to go. Face-off controlled again by Totino-Grace. Orioles trying to clear it. Puck caroms into the near corner. Getting there first, whipping it around to the Orioles, and now getting over there just in time to keep it in the zone was A.J. Locke. And the Totino-Grace Eagles keep the pressure on. Now Locke again, centering pass right in front to number 19. He's a dangerous shooter. We've seen that earlier. That was 19, of course. Liam Hamre. Now St. Louis Park, and he lays a hit on the Oriole there. He's 6'4". He might be the biggest kid out there on either team. And is there a goal for the Orioles? I thought that puck may have gone in the net right here. It did go off its moorings. Centering pass right there. Oh, it didn't. It did go behind the net. That's how quick it is. Sometimes hard for the human eye to keep up with it. Meanwhile, after that whistle, Totino-Grace, here's that replay again, right, or the hit. Big time legal. He was right in front. It wasn't too close to the boards. Nobody got hurt. Good, clean hockey play there by number 19, Liam Hamre. I don't know his weight, but I'm looking at what stats I have. He's 6'4". You put skates, what is that, 3 inches maybe, 4? 6'7", as this will give us a chance to look at the upcoming St. Louis Park schedule, and they've got a great team, especially we're playing superb hockey in the first period. But coming up, they'll go to Waconia out west, then New Prague from the southern part of Scott County will visit the rec center. Then they've got Bloomington Jefferson, the Jaguars. Remember when they were the power in high school hockey? It was Bloomington Jefferson, Ridgefield, Edina, every year it felt like. And they had a famous coach. I wish I could remember his name. Nevertheless, then they go to Chaska, then Chanhassen, and then Benilde St. Margaret's. probably their biggest rival. Their schools are a stone's throw away from each other right across Highway 100. Maybe one day they should just have a snowball fight, throwing snowballs across Highway 100. That would be an interesting high school affair, wouldn't it? Probably not. Nevertheless, we can dream. There's the Metro West Conference standings. St. Louis Park are the class of the conference, but they've only team that has 2 conference wins or even games. Most of them are still all zeros, so that might change. As you see Benilde St. Margaret's, they're ranked in the top 20. Still yet to play a conference match. All right, now, face off with under 3 to go. Totino-Grace down 2 goals. I'll keep an eye on Kovrig, the goaltender, to see if they pull him, and now they are gonna pull him. And they'll add a skater with the puck now in the Orioles zone. Coming off the bench is number 27 or 23, I should say. So they have a 1-player advantage and an empty net with 2:29 to go, and they're down 2 goals. Totino-Grace looking to kind of get back, not kind of, they want to get back into it. Now Murad, number 9, gets it out. Oh, they didn't pick it out. They'll have to regroup with 2:17 remaining. Now Murad along the near boards, keeps his head up. He'll play it along into the far corner now. Getting there first is number 22. That is Ian Johnson. And now at the point, kept in by Hamre. Now Peck. Peck will come in, looking, spins, takes a shot right on goal, and the rebound is scored by Murad with 1:52 to go. And with the player advantage, it pays off. What a goal right there, and it is awful quiet suddenly here at St. Louis Park's home arena. Look at Trey Peck getting that to go, and the rebound, and getting the puck, I believe, was it Murad or was it number 17? Looks like it was Murad, the way he's celebrating. Number 9, the 6-foot senior, Murad. But Trey Peck set that up with his single-handed play and stick work and his just overall athleticism on the ice. And now it's 5-4 with 1:44 to go. And now the goaltender gets pulled again, just as the wrist shot is taken by number 17, Noah Oslin. And Maxim makes that glove save, and suddenly the shots on goal are 34-30, and the score reflects it 5-4 with 1:39 to go. And Totino-Grace closing in here, trying to tie it up and force overtime. Hamre controls, now Murad. Murad now gets it poke checked away. And St. Louis Park seeming a little bit slower on their skates here late in the match. Totino-Grace has all the energy. Now here comes Peck. He uses his speed, gets by the defense, comes in on side, gets his head up, looks, tries a tough angled shot from the corner, gets rebound behind the net, and now is that gonna be on net? It might be. Oh my goodness, that would have been one heck of a shot, and that's gonna be icing. And that is the gamble you play, right? I mean, you don't really want to stop the clock and bring Totino-Grace back into your zone. You may be better off just getting it out to mid-ice and allowing that puck to sort of die out there and make Totino-Grace play it. But now they got a free pass right back into their own zone. And now, had the puck gone in the net, all those comments would have been irrelevant, but it didn't. And now St. Louis Park does a nice job getting it out to mid-ice as they are hanging on here, trying to eke out this win late. Now here comes Totino-Grace. Peck, look at the way he moves. He reminds me of Neil Broughton. That's who he reminds me of. And a cross of Dino Cicerelli, if anybody remembers those North Star days of yore. Now that is another icing call. And that brings it right back. Gives Totino-Grace a chance, more than a chance. Trying to play hero there maybe a little bit, but Totino-Grace, and now we've got a committee meeting there just outside the blue line by the referees and the linesmen. There are 3 of them. Again, trying to imagine what they're talking about here. And what are they gonna, they're gonna move them out? Are they saying the puck was tipped and so it's not icing? I don't know. So now they're going to do a face-off at mid-ice. This is unbelievably confusing to me. No clue what happened there. None. Meanwhile, I know this. They're playing on, and now it's back out at mid-ice. 29 seconds remaining, and Totino-Grace will have to work quickly here. Puck back into the Orioles zone, kept in by Hammer in the far boards. Centering pass gets deflected out and all the way back. And Totino-Grace is maybe going to have time for one more meaningful rush. 10 seconds remaining. Now Park is out playing it less preventively. 5 seconds remaining, and that should do it. 2 seconds, 1 second, and we got a whistle with a half second remaining. And they're going to call a penalty for some reason with a half second to go. Paul, I have never seen a penalty called with a half second to go in regulation, but that could mean a face-off in the Orioles zone as Jansen, number 11, is going to go off. And that's good. Number 11, Trey Jansen. All right, they got to win the face-off and get a quick shot in the net, and there is time. And they try to do that, and the puck is dropped, the shot takes, and now there's a fight out on the ice. Tempers were flaring, and now the referee is ordering everyone off, as both teams are a little hot after this one. And now they finally part ways, and that'll end it. So for Paul Broden, our producer, and everyone connected with our production at ParkTV 16 Sports, my name is Robert Christensen. Our final score, 5-4. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again.